big part of it, not the big one of it. I worked on the movie theater that was there.
Oh, okay.
That's what I worked on. That's right. You were planning there for.
I was down there for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And Carmen, Kate, and I really get along very well.
Yeah. She's a challenging person. I'm trying to have a good time. Then after that,
I went up, that's all like 10 years ago.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, go ahead and call this regularly scheduled meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Krushat,
Here.
Commissioner Leslie,
Here.
Commissioner Walker,
Here.
Vice Chair Dixon,
Present.
Chair Pahana,
Here.
all present.
All right, now we'll get into the selection of the Planning Commission Chair and Vice Chair. So we could either do this by going one by one if you have something, or if you'd like to nominate and then make a motion, and we need a second.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we have our chair stay as chair, and then we have our vice chair as Max Walker.
I second that motion.
That was a nomination or a motion?
Is that a motion?
I think a nomination.
Oh, nomination.
Then what would I say? Oh, we
Okay.
would vote.
So a nomination I would like to throw out is Jim Krushat for chair and vice Max Walker.
Oh.
We're just talking, and then we're having nominations, not motions.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, then I would ask if Jim would like to be.
Well, yes, I would accept that nomination. I would accept the nomination if given.
Let's do one thing at a time.
All right.
That was the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And you would like him to be the new chair? Leslie?
What do you want to do, Leslie?
Oh, I'm waiting for a motion.
Oh, we're done talking.
Oh, we're back?
Someone needs to make a nomination for a chair.
Well, I didn't know we were done talking. I will nominate. No, I don't think I'll nominate this time.
Well, I'll
Nominate to make a
Nominate.
motion,
Yeah.
so I
I'll
can have a
nominate
second.
Jim as chair.
Now vote, if you agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay, we will go ahead and roll call vote for Jim Krushat as chair.
Okay, for Jim Krushat as chair, Commissioner Krushat,
Aye.
Commissioner Leslie,
Aye.
Commissioner Walker,
Aye.
Commissioner Dixon,
Aye.
Commissioner Pahana.
Aye.
Okay, so now we have a new chair, and that would be Chair Krushat.
Congratulations.
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 Should we switch now for the vice or just continue vice? Okay. So we're
Does it
taking
become effective
nominations for
today?
vice. I'd like to nominate Max Walker. Anybody else? Okay, we'll go
I
ahead.
agree with that nomination.
All right, we'll roll call vote the nomination for vice chair for Max Walker.
Okay, Chair Krushat,
Aye.
Commissioner Leslie,
Aye.
Commissioner Walker,
Aye.
Commissioner Dixon.
Aye.
Okay, we have a new
I
vice chair.
also,
Yes.
I also agree.
Did I miss you? I'm sorry. Commissioner Pahana, that's going to take some getting used to. Yeah.
I know, sorry.
Yeah.
More bells. Okay, we'll go ahead and switch.
I gotta switch now? Where do I go?
You're not switching.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I do.
is vice.
I want the corner.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't realize
Sorry,
you were
as
vice
the-
chair. I was so disrespectful.
It's been 4 plus years sitting
No,
there.
because I sat here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I never want to do that, so I will always stay in my little chair.
Can I have you?
Right.
It is. It's a nice area.
Let's all remember to use our microphones. So.
Uh-oh, she went.
Yes and no. Congratulations,
proceed?
sir.
Okay. And we'll proceed. Announcements. These proceedings may be viewed on demand on the City of 29 Palms website at www.29palms.org. You may also live stream this meeting by going to the city website and clicking on Meeting Agendas link. And now the time for public comments. This is the time for the public to address the Planning Commission on issues within the jurisdiction of the commission that are not on the agenda. All comments are to be directed to the chair of the commission and shall not consist of any personal attacks. Members of the public are expected to maintain a professional, courteous decorum during their comments. There is a time limit of 3 minutes per person. If you haven't already done so, please fill out name and address slips and give them to the Planning Commission secretary. The Planning Commission is prohibited by the Brown Act, state law, from taking action or discussing at length items not included on the printed agenda. Public comments on specific agenda items will be deferred until consideration of the item on the agenda. Do I have any public comments? I have no slips. Okay, thank you. Now we'll move to commission comments and reports of meetings attended. And Ms. Pahana, we'll start with you.
I haven't attended any meetings since our last, and the only thing I did is I watched the city council meeting from March 28th. Had a lot of stuff going on, so it's nice to catch up and see what's going on that side. And congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Mr. Dixon.
I have not attended any meetings as well, and congratulations, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Leslie?
I did not attend any meetings, and again, congratulations.
And Mr. Walker?
I haven't attended any meetings, but I did go out to the Hilltoppers race this past weekend. That was quite a bit of fun until I got a text message that my son had crashed on his race Sunday morning. I wasn't able to be there, but he's okay.
Oh, okay, good.
No major breaks or anything. And congratulations.
And I also have attended no meetings or have nothing significant to report. Now we'll move on to the consent calendar. We have 3 items on the consent calendar, 2 sets of minutes, and the Housing Element Annual Progress Report. I hope everybody's had a chance to review those documents.
I motion that we accept all 3 on the consent calendar.
I second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Dixon?
Oh, yeah. Aye.
Commissioner Leslie?
Aye.
Commissioner Pahana?
Aye.
Vice Chair Walker?
Aye.
Chair Kruschet?
Aye.
Thank you.
Items removed from the consent calendar. For discussion, we have none there. And now let's move on to our public hearings, which is conditional use permit 22-000009, Dollar General PCN. And I'll send it over to you.
All right.
Thank you.
So this is the Dollar General, our newest one up there on 73610 2 Mile Road. And it is zoned commercial general or general commercial. This conditional use permit and finding of public convenience and necessity is for the addition of beer and wine sales to a previously approved commercial project. They're asking for an ABC license 20, which is off-sale beer and wine, which is typical for convenience stores and gas stations and grocery stores and the like. The applicant proposes to use about 32 square feet or 0.003% of the floor area for display of alcohol. This is a location, obviously, this is a slightly outdated aerial because it's been under construction here for a while. It is on 2 Mile and Bagley, west of Adobe Road. This is the floor plan, and they're looking at 1 beer cooler and 1 beer and wine display throughout their entire store. And this is the main entry and exit over here. And I believe this is the cashier station here. In reference to other alcohol permits, and Diane can speak to this more fluently than I can, but we have 3 other alcohol permits in fairly close proximity. But there are no other alcohol permits on this side of town, is that correct?
No, in this census tract, which I don't know the exact parameters of how large that is, but in this census tract, there's just 3 existing. One is the Plaza Market. One is that one's the Cactus Bar. That's that's a Cactus. No, that's the Plaza Market, sorry. That's the Cactus, and that's Circle K. So those are the 3 licenses so far that exist in that census tract.
We did receive 2 emails in opposition, which we have forwarded on to the commission. We do recommend that the commission hold a public hearing, consider the public comment, find the project exempt from CEQA, and adopt the resolution to approve the conditional use permit and finding of public convenience and necessity.
Okay, at this time, do I have any questions from the commission for staff?
Are there proposed hours of sales?
We do have the applicant here, Steve Rawlings, from Rawlings, if you wanted to.
Okay,
Any
good.
questions for him?
Could we have him come up forward and then he could answer some of the questions specifically?
Hi, good evening. I'm Steve Rawlings. I'm here on behalf of Dollar General Stores. I wanted to say for the record that we do concur with your staff's recommendation, and we do agree to all of the conditions of approval as set forth to you. Dollar General, this is, I think, officially the 2nd store within the city limits of 29 Palms. Certainly growing due to customer demand, not just because we like to build stores, but we actually feel that there's a customer need for this additional store there. Beer and wine sales. Beer and wine are standard inventory items for our stores, and we'd like to be able to offer just a small area so that people can come shop in our store, be able to purchase all of their things in one location that they want, and then go home. In terms of hours, the Dollar General stores don't stay open past 11 o'clock. Most of them close by 10, but sometimes they stay open depending on the holidays or something like that. But that's pretty early close time. Yeah. And I'm available for any other questions.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Okay. I'm going to shift this over to the public because we have our public comments now, and I would like to open it up. Anybody from the public would like to comment on this CUP? We do have 2 emails from 2 citizens, and if you want, I can read those in. One is from Ms. Sharon Resnick. She states that the last thing the major intersection of 2 Mile Road and Adobe needs is the sale of more alcohol. Already alcohol is sold at the Plaza Market, which is essentially next door to Dollar General, and Circle K, which is right across the street. That alone makes Dollar General's proposal unnecessary and redundant. Variety and shopping opportunities is important to keep the communities vibrant. Why give a national chain such as Dollar General even more of an opportunity to run local businesses into the ground by allowing it to sell alcohol? As a daily walker in the desert and streets around the new Dollar General, I almost always pick up empty liquor bottles and beer cans. The desert sands in our neighborhood glitter with the broken alcohol and beer bottles discarded by drinkers. 2 examples of the irresponsible drinking behavior of people who pass through our neighborhood. And then, of course, there are the drivers who purchase alcohol and continue on the road. It is one of the reasons we so often hear the sirens of emergency vehicles called to accidents. Why provide yet another place for such people to purchase alcohol? I'm completely opposed to Dollar General being allowed to sell alcohol at its new store. I hope the Planning Commission will agree with me. The second item, or the second email, is from Mark Llewellyn. It says, hello, Diane, because it was addressed to Diane Olson. I have a couple of questions regarding the project. Can you provide me with a radius map of the properties that receive public notice of this hearing? I own property at 73474 Homestead Drive, and I did not receive notice. If I am in the notice area, would it have been mailed to my home address at 5605 Oasis Avenue, 29 Palms, California? Also, I am hard-pressed to find the department's finding of necessity and/or desirability for the addition of alcohol sales at this location. Would you be so kind as to cut and paste those findings for me and explain how it meets the provisions of the development code? I am happy to talk to the project planner. There are 2 locations immediately next to the Dollar General to purchase alcohol. Plaza Market at 5668 The Plaza and Circle K at 5687 Adobe at 2 Mile. Were these existing uses taken into account when evaluating this application? Did the department consider the high concentration of alcohol sales at this intersection? It is interesting that Dollar General sold itself to the community as a provider of fresh produce and organics. One more location to buy alcohol is not needed here or anywhere in 29 Palms. I urge the Planning Commission to oppose this request for Dollar General to sell alcohol on the basis that this use is not necessary in this area. This use is not desirable either, since that the area is already dominated by businesses that sell alcohol. Granted, the alcohol sales will be limited to a small area within the DG store. However, the department and the commission have the discretion to limit this unnecessary and and not desired use. And that is the only 2 emails that we have. I'd like to open it back up to discussion amongst the commission and staff. Any comments? The only thing I would add is that, I mean, most stores we allow, such as Grocery Outlet, Stater Brothers, are all allowed to sell beer and wine, and what we're talking about is just a beer and wine license. This is not for hard spirits, okay? It does meet within the requirements of the alcohol beverage control formula. And even if, a quick question for myself, for my personal edification, if we did hit the maximum of 4, could a CUP then override that, or is that allowed if it was?
Well, how it works is ABC gives a certain amount of on sale and off sale retail outlets. Okay, so every census tract has, pick a number, 3 or 4 or 5 outlets that they could have. If you want to go above that, then you have to make the finding of convenience and necessity.
Okay.
If you're below that, then you don't need to do that.
Okay, thank you.
We did that for the sushi place over by Stater Brothers.
Anything else? Then do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the CUP 22, 0-9s for the sale and consumption of alcohol.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Dixon,
Aye.
Commissioner Leslie,
Aye.
Commissioner Pahana, Vice Chair Walker,
Aye.
Chair Krushat,
Aye.
approved.
Okay, next item we have, thank you,
Thanks, Steve.
is the general plan status report.
This
Keith, I turn it over to you.
All right, so our development code requires a public hearing to discuss the status of the general plan. I don't know why, but it is. So this is a fairly simple spreadsheet that we're able to put together. These are the elements of the general plan when the year of the latest major update. There have been, minor amendments here and there, but this is, as far as the major overhaul, these are the dates when it was adopted, and these are the dates from what I could see of the latest amendment. The latest element that we had a major overhaul in was the housing element, which we did last year. And the projected major update year, the next time we're going to do an overhaul. This is just projected on my part. We may not do this because we are due for a general plan update at some point in the not too distant future. So I picked out 2028. It may not be that exact time, but it's close enough for this purpose. And this report will eventually go forward to Housing Community Development and Office of Planning and Research at the state. And as part of that, we also add, where did it go? We also add in there the all of the latest general plan policies that are in our general plan, updated from the housing element and et cetera. So there's your general plan status report. This does go to the city council as a consent item, and then it gets passed on to the state, because they maintain all the database of every jurisdiction's general plan actions. That's it.
Thank you. Do I have any questions from the commission for staff? Okay, thank you. And I'll open it up to any public comment, which we have none. So,
So we just need a motion to accept the report, and we'll send it on to the city council.
I make a motion, we accept the report.
and I'll second. Motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Roll call vote. Commissioner Dixon,
Aye.
Commissioner Leslie,
Aye.
Commissioner Pahana,
Aye.
Vice Chair Walker,
Aye.
Chair Krushat,
Aye.
approved.
Okay, thank you very much. Now on to discussion and potential action items.
I have no, the staff doesn't have any particular workshops or anything for you today, but I don't know if the commission has anything we'd like to address at a future time.
I do have one that was brought to me by a constituent, and I'm just gonna, and I haven't had a chance to really research it, but the question is, since we pride ourselves on being the city of murals, the question came up, if a building gets sold that has a mural, and the new individual that bought the store, can they remove the mural, or is there some type of a
Yeah, that is a
protectant that we could give? I mean,
this is a more complicated issue than you might think.
okay,
There's a question of property rights and also intellectual rights.
okay,
And we're still kind of feeling our way through this with the Public Arts Advisory Committee. Technically speaking, if I'm not mistaken, the artist has the right, should be notified as when their art is going to be modified or painted over or destroyed in some way, to give them some legal rights or opinions to do so. What exactly the extent of those are, I'm not 100% sure. But if it's on a private building, there's not much the city can do, one
okay,
way or the other, because it's a free speech issue and all of that. If it's on a public building, then you get into other
Then-
complications.
okay. Like, for future reference, but you're working the issue right now. And,
Yes.
okay, well, thank you, that answers my question. I have nothing else.
Okay.
Let's go on to the Community Development Director updates.
Okay, so, oops, that's the wrong one. So the next, we are actually going to be bringing forth our first item that we had a study session on next time. We're going to be bringing forward film permits. And the more we dug into film permits, the more we realized that whole section on temporary use permits needs to be reconfigured and readjusted, because film permits, as it's written now, are listed as a temporary use permit, which clumps it in with carnivals and things like that, which is obviously not appropriate. So we're going to split that off. So we have to do 2 development code amendments to address that. So that's where that's coming from. And we're also going to be bringing forward the VHR workshop is in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And then anything else next time?
No, just those 2 ordinances and
Okay.
then VHR workshop, that's it.
Right. And then in May, we're going to be bringing back a lot more of the items that we had previous study sessions on.
Are we looking at a study session that would probably take like a Saturday morning that we open to the public, or are we looking at trying to do this in an evening? Or
Well, it's the commission, I'm sorry, the city council brought forward very specific issues for us to address. It's not meant to address the entirety of the VHR ordinance. So hoping we can do this in our normal planning commission evenings. So if we need to make some adjustments later on, then we'll do so.
Okay. Any questions from the commission?
Do we have a meeting in between the 18th and 16th of May?
Yes, there's May something. Yeah, May 2nd, I believe. Yeah, I believe we have got one on May 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah. You have normally schedule one on May the 2nd and the 16th.
Okay.
Okay.
And do we have anything? I thought we were going to do some workshops on the 2nd. We may have some items for you on the 2nd, but it's yet to be determined.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Anything else? No study sessions?
Not tonight. We if this is going to be if we would have known this is going to be this short, we would have brought some forward to
Okay. Well, thank you.
opinions on.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Aw.
All right, meeting adjourned.